PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Hey, just a little bit of look into the future. I look at all the new cars we have coming, and there's a lot of exciting stuff. I keep bringing up the Supra all the time, and Toyota's kind of trying to play that back. And we know we've got some dynamic new cars coming, with new Avalon coming. However, we're really not talking about Corolla and what's going on with Corolla. We just got away from Scion, the IM, moved that into the Toyota lineup, and now that completely goes away. So we've got a new Wagon coming. Now I'll give you a little history on Wagon. You know, selling cars in the late 80s, wagons were very functional. Mercedes even had like a little 190 wagon, and a lot of the suburbanites would drive that wagon. It was pretty expensive, not really too dependable, very loud car. We had a little Corolla wagon, and if you wanted a wagon, it was spectacular. Quick story, I had a lady come in one day and she says, I'm interested in a Corolla wagon. We had one in stock, and it was the kind of the light no-cell blue. And I went right into my sales blue, hard to find 101 mode, because really hard to do dealer trades for vehicles that were pretty scarce. And find out that her job was a leading attorney for the #1 non-paying alimony or child support deadbeat dad law firm in the state of Texas. And she really didn't have any interest at all, in my opinion, on what color of car that she could have. So I went to my manager and I said, she wants a white car, she wants it exactly like this. And he said, is she going to put a deposit down? And I said, you are here's the open door. Please go and ask this woman if she wants to put a deposit down. I explained the situation to him. We ordered the car in. She was ecstatic about the car. Sold the car to an invoice, sold her wheels and a tent package, and we were good to go. But she became an advocate of the car because it was exactly what she was looking for. So there has been times where wagons have been the rage. Then the SUV comes along, small SUV, replace the wagon goes away, nobody wants a wagon. Well, here we come again with the wagon. But I think that Toyota's done a really good job bulletproofing this hatchback. So the first thing we're not going to do is we're not going to call it a wagon, we're going to call it a hatchback, which is code word for, hey, we got another wagon coming. 137 horsepower in the Scion IM. This bumps up to 168 horsepower. Some of the things they've done on this car is 6-speed CVT paddle shifters with dynamic launch control. Now think about this: you're at a stoplight, a Hellcat comes up, Dodge Hellcat, you know, 2 million horsepower, but you got a 168 paddle shifters dynamic launch control. You tell me the outcome of that. Man, does that guy ever want to trade out of his Hellcat? Worth the money at $20K. Let me list the things that they crammed into the car. Let's not talk about possible Apple iPlay or any creature comforts with Intune or any of that stuff and everything. I mean, those kind of things, the nuances you need to do hands-on with the customer. But who's going to go in a wagon? Either it's going to be a family vehicle, or it's going to be a vehicle they're going to use to commute in because they need the extra space. So I think they've packaged up the technology in this vehicle amazing. So let's look at this. It's longer and wider. They've sloped the hood a little lower, so the visibility is going to be better out of the vehicle. So you're going to have more height inside the cabin. You're going to be able to see better out of the car. Safety at speeds, safety when you're distracted by the kids. Pre-collision with the pedestrian detection. And then dynamic radar cruise control, and my understanding is this dynamic radar cruise control works from 0 to 110 miles an hour. So obviously Toyota assumes that most people are going to be transporting their kids to the soccer game out of town at some speed up around 110 miles an hour. Lane departure with steering assist, and this becomes paramount. Look at the drivers today. I mean, I grew up with, you know, you play the radio in the car, you may put a cassette in the car, and you ate because you went to McDonald's. Now, man, it's a whole different thing. I got my Starbucks in my cup holder. I got my food. I'm texting on my phone while vaping. And somehow we have to evolve as a human species and add a couple of arms and a couple of legs. 4 arms, maybe 4 sets of hands, and maybe multiple, maybe 3 or 4 legs. I don't know, because there's way too much task going on. I mean, I really saw somebody the other day vaping with a dog on the elbow, eating, and obviously on the on the phone. So it's an amazing feat that that people can do now. And we're building a car that hopefully will save somebody's life because they're doing the wrong thing. Auto high beams, I love that. Lane tracing assist. So for these commuters, pharmaceutical sales person, great vehicle, great gas mileage, great safety features, excellent space. I can see this, you're driving down the road, you're preoccupied, you're doing your next call in your mind, and the vehicle helps you stay in your lane. I love that. And then I told you it was coming. I did the Prius launch for the Cincinnati region, and I played you a video of a police officer sitting in the car, and when you went by the speed limit sign and you were speeding, it read the road sign and beeped at you and said, hey, slow down. So for those little bitty towns in America that pop that one speed limit sign up from 65 to 45 that nobody sees, now we have a chance because the new Corolla hatchback will be able to read the road sign assist or road sign and assist you with a beep and saying they're not getting your money in this small town this time because they put the one sign. There's so many other things built into this car, but look at the platform and get ready for your presentation, because when you're selling this car, people are going to see this as an economy car and a functional car. But the safety, I mean, break it down. Every single thing I said about safety, if you break that down and put a dollar amount on each one of those things, then at a price point around $20,000, this car is going to be fantastic. I got to tell you, if I was starting out with a young family, I don't know. This is could be maybe the most functional, dynamic, great gas mileage vehicle in our lineup. Coming soon to you, the 2019 Corolla hatchback. This has been PK52 looking in the future, the Saturday morning meeting.